What's up, everybody? I'm Aslan Hajavandi. That is recruiting analyst for Warchant.com, the ultimate Seminoles sports source. It's Michael Langston. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the great content that we drop. Free knowledge coming your way, everybody. So, what's the least they could do to show some appreciation, Mike?
Hit the like button, guys. It's going to be a great feature. I think you're going to enjoy this. Certainly, really good news for FSU. It helps us promote good things and bad things or whatever news is going on. So, certainly hit the like button for us.
Not a big sunshine pumper, everybody. You guys pretty much know that by now. Hopefully, it's why a lot of you don't like me. You don't like the truth. Sorry, I'm cool with it though. But hey, man, this latest edition from the portal, Michael, this is pretty good, man. This is pretty good. Tatum Bethune from UCF has committed to Florida State. Michael, just this is something we saw coming on the horizon, but just how big of a deal is this for Florida State and Mike Norvell?
Well, it's a big deal because you're battling a kid that's a hometown kid for Miami. Miami was the main competition here. Certainly, he grew up liking Miami, so you really had to sell him. Obviously, there's connections with Sabbath Joseph, defensive analyst at Florida State, and then also Randy Shannon. He's really close with both of them. I just literally got off the phone maybe 5 minutes ago with Tatum. I'm going to work on the story as soon as I get done with this. So it was big just to win a head-to-head battle because I think people view Mario Cristobal as like Freddy Krueger to your nightmares because he's a great recruiter. But I think it's a big deal. FSU getting it done. It continues to show that momentum that Mike Norvell's building. Certainly, it's a position of need. They need linebackers. They need faster linebackers that can really, help this defense. Linebackers been a problem as far as this team. So adding a guy that has multiple years because he has 2 years left. Tatum just let me know that. So having a guy for multiple years is a big deal for this program to keep adding really good pieces. And they've done this throughout the process. They're addressing needs. We've seen how they address receiver, and now they've addressed the linebacker position with Tatum. So I think it's a big deal. It's a big move. It's a productive guy, leading tackler for UCF. Certainly a big playmaker for them at the linebacker position. So I think he's going to add a lot to this defense.
Yeah, man, you mentioned over 100 tackles, and he missed a game this past season. And we're checking out PFF. I mean, these are legitimate numbers against pretty decent competition. Actually, really good competition. Cincinnati, a playoff team. Boise State, always a strong group of five program. Right there, I mean, that's a 75 grade at the bottom of your screen. You can see right there, 75 overall defensively, 76 run defender, 76 tackling, 77 pass rush, 67 coverage, whatever. No one's perfect. But again, man, I think this might be the highest graded transfer Florida State has got.
Yeah.
So this is somebody that's going to be definitely an instant impact guy.
Yeah, it is, and it's an impact at a guy position that you need. I mean, it's one thing getting you want talented guys across the board. When you get them at a position of need, it's a major deal. And this is a kid that certainly can go in there early on, make an impact. He's going to be in there in the spring. He's enrolling tomorrow, according to what Tatum just told me. So he will be there in spring ball. He'll be around. You don't have to wait around for him to be there or see what impact he's going to make. I mean, I think he's going to be a significant impact guy, and it just really shows you their ability to understand. It's one thing knowing what your needs are, is another thing in executing, getting guys that you actually have to have in this team. And I think FSU did a hell of a job uh, getting this kid. I mean, from the moment he hit the portal, FSU was on him. You can have relationships all you want, but the kid has to be sold on where you're going and what you're doing as a program. And I think that says a lot about Mike Norvell's recruiting to be able to show these kids like, hey, we're going the right steps. I think obviously winning against Miami and showing that turnaround and where you're going, I think it's a big deal of getting a kid to the caliber of a guy like Tatum, and certainly they got some big fish still left in the transfer portal that they want to add. You certainly want to address the defensive line and continue to do that, but I think this is a big step forward and certainly a major boost for FSU a recruiting class in 2022.
There you go. You can see right there on the screen, 108 tackles, even though he missed one game this past season. As Michael said, he'll have more with Tatum Bethune, the latest commitment for Florida State here in 2022. What else is on the horizon there, Michael? Lots of guys in the portal, and defensive lines also staying much in focus for the staff, I assume.
Yeah, I mean they would like to get one or two defensive linemen, whether that's defensive end or slash defensive tackle or whatever way you want to do. I think they would like to get that. Jared Versus certainly at the top of the list out of Albany, so it's to make a decision. I would say in the next few days. If I mean, I think that's kind of what I'm hearing. And then obviously you want to add a running back because they lost Jay Sean Corbin, so I think they want to do that, and then maybe address their quarterback situation if they want to bring another guy in. That's kind of, we'll see on that, and then maybe another offensive tackle. So I think there's still activity. This thing's going to go on until probably the summer, until they address every need they want to. As far as what led to this one, I think when I talked to Tatum, it was he just like I trust these guys, and I think a guy that played a big part in this is Kier Thomas. He played at Central as well. There he's really tight with Kier Thomas. Obviously, Kier having a lot of success certainly didn't hurt their chances, but I think the main thing in him seeing how Kier was taken care of at Florida State and where this thing's going, I think ultimately led to him going to Florida State. And for people wondering, if I hadn't mentioned it outset, he is already in Tallahassee, so he is here. Drove all day to get to FSU, so certainly keep adding players like this to change where your program's going. I think it's a big deal. You still want to get high school kids. There's still some high school kids that they would like to add into this class, but I think getting Tatum is a major win for FSU, both in recruiting this year and the rest of these transfers, but also in the future for 2023 to show people, hey, where this is going. We can beat Miami for recruits, so we can beat Auburn for recruits. I think that's kind of their mindset of showing kids that they're changing things and they're changing things for the better. And I think this is a big step forward for them.
Do we know, before we go, Tampa product, Mario Williams from Oklahoma, wide receiver? Is that a guy that might be in play, Michael? Or do we need to go? I mean, do we need to get in the car, do spring tour early, winter tour, go see if he needs a ride
I
anywhere?
mean, I mean, it's a possibility. He kind of hinted he would like to play with Caleb. Here mentioned
Both.
USC.
Bring 'em both.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm sure FSU fans would love that, but yeah, I think Mario is one that could be a possible play. I'm sure they'll certainly look into it and certainly gauge his interest and go from there. But it's been a wild 48 hours as far as the portal, and I think it's only going to get wilder for FSU and a lot of teams. But definitely Mario could be a guy to watch, but we'll just see.
We can certainly hope so. The
By the way,
PRB. Oh, go ahead.
by the way, people can't see my sign fell down, so I got to fix it. So sorry about the sign there, guys, but I'll fix it. But I don't think people mind too much after this news today, but certainly a big day. But we'll have more on the PRB. I'll have a one-on-one with Tatum coming up in a little while, so that's something to look forward to, and we'll see where they go from here.
Tatum Bethune, who had 108 tackles for UCF this past season, graded out over 75 on PFF, coming to Florida State. For more, as Michael said, go to the PRB. Mike, thanks for the knowledge, man. We appreciate you.
You got it.